Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. So this is me on the Monday Open at Acorn, so at Whiteacres. Drawn peg 19, which is definitely Derek Newson's favourite number. He reminds me of that quite constantly. So I'm the only peg on this bank, so peg one's not in. So got a bit of room, can't deny that. But unfortunately, the wind is howling down the other end of the lake. Now this could well, it ain't gonna work in my advantage because fish follow the wind. But the only advantage is gonna help is me fish a long pole. Now I did try a flick rig and I failed miserably. I couldn't catch by flicking it across to the far bank. Loose feeding hard pellets did bring a few fish into the peg, but just chasing ghosts. You'd see two or three tails up. Doesn't mean there's hundreds there, does it? So you'll be careful not to get into like a little bit of false hope. Down the edge was not decent because obviously my weight's not very good. If you watch the whole of the video, you could feed and you get quite a few down there, but to actually catch them was really difficult. Feeding ground bait was a good way of drawing fish into the edge, but trying to catch them was just near on impossible. I couldn't do it anyway. Um, Maybe if I had ripple on the peg, might have been better. I don't know. They might have just fed a bit better. I honestly don't know. Like tapping in pellets maybe might have been the way to go to sort of starve them on the hook. But I felt like you had to feed a bit of a volume of bait. So as you can see, I've got some maggots and casters, so only 4 pints is allowed of that. And I got my 2 kilos of ground bait behind us. So there's some pellets, as you can see. Because obviously there is bait limits here. You're only allowed 8 units, so 8 pints, plus a kilo of worms, plus 2 kilos of ground bait, tub of wafters, and then I think 5 slices of bread. Maybe I should have brought some popped up bread. Looking at it, because the lakes are quite clear to be fair, and that might have been a trick that I missed, but I needed £87, £90 to win a section, to be fair. So I don't know. I've definitely done some wrongs here, without a doubt. Couldn't catch an open water, so basically everything just seemed to be right down the edges, so catching decent sized F1s, not massive, but fish definitely worth catching. Um, I couldn't string anything together. Fishing the method definitely with lighter hook length, so like scaling right down to 013 on a method too. So fishing a real soft rod, 16 gram method, 4 mil pellet, fishery pellet, so like little Coppins pellets, so quite durable in a little tiny microband. That was all right. Caught a few fish doing that, but I just, like I said, I couldn't string any volume of fish together. I think a really good angler would have definitely caught more. They've been a bit more in tune with it, and therefore would have rotated lines a lot quicker. And but again, I had to double my weight to do any good in the match, to be honest. I've just been patient. I don't know what I'm holding the catapult for. You see it's really, really windy.
Alright mate, I'll catch you later. Alright mate. Right, see you mate. Right, see ya.
So trying to catch down the edge, and I did do that on purpose. I'm not going to knock my Argos camera over with my pole, or do the section any good, or my camera. So there's the weight. I'm not a glory hunter, as you can see, so not singing when I'm winning.